Welcome. So today we'll be doing the Legs Up the Wall series. I can't remember where I learnt this or whether I just put it together myself. So again, all you really need is a wall. I've got a mat and a blanket just for comfort. And the blanket is out quite wide, just as a little bit of support underneath the head, so that I can draw the chin towards the chest so the neck is in some nice alignment there. Some socks. If you're in a cold environment, a blanket over you, more layers, your body temperature does drop in these poses. This is a little more active than the straight legs up the wall, but we'll still be resting into these inverted restorative positions. So length through the back of the neck. I like the little finger side face down of the hand. Take a few settling, arriving breaths. And here we're just dropping our awareness into our body. Feel free to make any slight adjustments here if you feel uncomfortable. And at any time during the practice, this is your practice and you're the best authority on what's right for you. So if something needs to be adapted or changed to suit you, then go ahead and do that. Follow your body wisdom. Now I'm quite close to the wall, but you might like to be further away if that feels like less of a strain on your legs. And this is our first position of the series, is just legs straight up the wall. Getting that sense of inversion, settling in, of support, nestling in. It can feel nice to have some slower, deeper breaths, either during the whole practice or particularly at the beginning, just to initiate that relaxation response. The parasympathetic nervous system, the pacifying aspect or arm of the nervous system. Letting the head be heavy, letting go gradually more and more through the neck. Softening the jaw. The arms and hands. And perhaps you can feel that pressure down through the sacrum, through the backs of the hips. That line of energy from the heels back into the body. And we'll prepare to transition into our second position, which is slowly taking the legs wide. So just sensing into what feels good for you. A gentle stretch is okay. We'll be here for a couple of minutes. So making sure it's something that you can sustain comfortably. So you're not straining, you're not in pain, you're not having to resist a whole lot. And you can soften through the legs. You might even allow this external rotation through the hips so the toes start to point a little more down than in. Returning perhaps to some long, slow breaths or to just awareness of your natural breath. And you can possibly feel the slightly different impact of this position. Working into the nadis or energy lines that feed the hips and the pelvic organs. There's no need to be completely still in the pose. You might find the legs want to move a little, either in to the pose more, or you may need to move out of the pose a little, bring the legs closer together. Tuning into what's right for your body in this moment. And shortly we prepare to transition into our third pose. So all that we're doing here is letting the heels slide down the wall towards the hips. So you still have the legs wide apart, the toes turned outwards, within your comfort, within your natural range. So if you need to adjust or adapt for comfort, go ahead and do that. I find this lovely restful inversion, a little bit of a stretch to it. And you're getting a bit of a tilt through the pelvis, so quite nourishing here, replenishing to the pelvic organs. Coming back to your breath, however you would like to breathe in this moment. Our fourth position is to transition. You can walk your feet towards each other and then let the soles of your feet meet. And if it's comfortable, maybe the heels sink a little more towards the groin. I like to just take my hands and position the elbows in such a way that the hands can be like a little shelf for the thighs so that it's supported. You can try that and make any adjustments so that it's comfortable for your body. And coming back to that place of resting with the breath. So it's possible that the mind has become quite busy as we still the body, and that's perfectly natural. We're taking a little step back from the mind and just observing, like watching passing clouds. The thoughts come and go, just like the clouds come and go. And the spaciousness of the sky or the awareness remains. So we're not attached to the thoughts. We're not trying to figure anything out at this time. We're just watching, noticing that the mind is thinking and letting our attention rest back into the sensations in our body and the nourishing breath. Of course, at any time, if you feel like you need to move your body, change the position, adjust in any way, then you just go ahead and do that. It's your body, it's your practice. And you're the greatest authority on what's right for you. Slowly preparing to transition, we're going to bring the soles of the feet back to touching the wall and the inner thighs towards each other. Take your arms straight out to the sides. You can either have them face up or down. And we're starting to walk the feet along the wall towards the floor. So we're coming into a spinal twist. Now, there's many ways to support yourself in this pose. I actually like to take a hand underneath the upper knee initially as my body gets used to twisting. And then over time, I can take that out and maybe take the hand onto the outer edge of the knee to encourage more of a twist. The feet are touching the wall, but maybe the side of your right foot is touching the floor. And if it's comfortable, you can lift your head and turn in the opposite direction. If that's not comfortable, come back to center or look over the right shoulder. Checking in with yourself. What feels good for me? Returning to your breath, either slowing it down or just letting your awareness rest there in your breathing. Perhaps you can sense a softening each time you breathe out as the body naturally lets go. With each exhale, muscle tension naturally decreases. So we can use that outflowing breath, letting any worries, any tension travel on the outflowing breath out of your body, out of your mind. Coming into that softening space of surrender. Always tuning into what's right for you. You might prefer to stay longer or come out sooner. When you are ready to come out, you can take your arm back out to the side and walk your feet slowly back to center. So with the support of the wall, just re-feeling what center is like and then starting to walk down the wall to the other side. And it might be different on this side. So just checking in with your body, any support you need, your hand, you can use a bolster, a blanket, a block. I'm just using my hand today. Eventually, perhaps the feet walk down so that the outer edge of the left foot is touching the floor. Maybe your left hand is supporting. Maybe it's resting gently on top of the right knee as a gentle, gentle pressure. And see, where is your head and neck comfortable to be? And it might be different each time you practice. Use the outflowing breath, long and complete, to really let go. I'm getting some lovely releasing through the belly here. The sound of peristalsis, indicating to me not only that I'm getting a nice little massage through the digestive organs, but also that the relaxation response has been activated. Rest and digest. And the breath can facilitate this lovely massage into the belly. And again, listening to your body. When your body indicates it's time to come out, slowly, slowly, using the support of the wall, walking the feet back into the center. And we return to legs straight up the wall once again. Either straight, or you can choose to have the knees soft if it feels like legs not so keen on a stretch right now, but just enjoying this nourishing inversion for a little bit longer to complete our practice today. Perhaps moving into some slow, complete yogic or abdominal breaths, or simply just extending the time that it takes you to breathe in. And in the same way, extend the time that it takes you to breathe out. Breathing out completely, you might feel the belly naturally draw in, maybe even a little engaging through the pelvic floor at the end of the out breath. And then that moment of stillness at the end of exhale. Another few breaths here in the pose. series can be used as a wonderful afternoon pick-me-up. Instead of reaching for sugar or coffee, try this little series. When you feel ready, just letting the knees bend in towards the chest and then start to roll over onto one side. Maybe it's the right side. You can support the head on the arm. It's a good idea to stay here for a little bit of time, particularly after this series. Often people feel like they're a little dizzy after all the blood and fluids have been moving toward the heart, towards the lungs. So taking your time to transition. When you are ready to come up, try not to initiate with the neck, but use your hands to press down into your mat, into the floor. To slowly come up to a comfortable seated position. Just assessing how you're feeling and taking this with you into your day. Thank you.